Oh, hello. Well, I tried to source stuff today. Uh, had a few bags that weren't bad, but they're kind of expensive for what they were, so I ended up just leaving them on the shelf, which happens about half the time. But time I don't buy anything when I go in, such is life. So still have plenty of back stock. I'm chewing through it doing streams though, so that's kind of nice. There's no way we'll finish what I have tonight. This is probably my last stream for a bit, unless I can start doing this more often on weekends or when I can snatch time during the week. It's just tough with the kids. I can't do it when they're sleeping. If I try to do it when they're awake, they're going to want to be in here and goofing around and stuff. So we'll see what I can do going forward. But guess we'll start with the old Hulk. So I think this is the guy I thought I had the other day. The one that rotated at the waist. He's got like the same traps. This one's a bit higher quality though. He has actual like shoulder articulation, elbows bend and twist. So more points on his knees. More points of articulation. Typically, it's a better quality, but still it's Marvel and they crank stuff out constantly. So it doesn't mean it's going to be worth anything exactly. Last night's stream I actually got a really nice Marvel figure. This is a brand new one, 2023. Hulk. He's about 5 inches, something like that. Get our picture going. Hope everybody had a good day. I bagged out of work a bit early. I did weekend coverage last weekend, so I worked Sunday, so I could kind of I make my own hours anyways, but I could kind of slack off at the end of the week, and it doesn't affect my paycheck at all, really. Went to a nursing home, and their dish machine wasn't working properly, and nobody noticed. It's pretty serious when that happens. You could actually kill people, especially with a nursing home where everybody's immunocompromised, just as a rule. Trying to explain to them that you can't just like willy-nilly ignore the fact you're not sanitizing your dishes that people are eating off of and sharing. But they don't care. So they will care when the state shuts them down, and then they're going to get mad about it. But nothing I can really do about it. So we got Marvel Hulk 2023. See if we can find him up here. The problem is they crank out so many figures all the time. Gray Hulk, that's pretty cool. It's like some weird skinny Hulk. I think this might be our guy, maybe? He looks right. Of course, he's in the box. He's got the traps. He's got like the mean mug. Yeah, this has got to be the same guy. So he's supposed to come with a lot of gear, it looks like. I like it when they got to gimmick up a superhero for an action figure. Like, what is Hulk putting on his hand that possibly makes his punch worse than it already is? He's already, like, basically impenetrable. Like, what is this exactly? It's pointy. I guess he's got that going for him. But I think he would punch through pretty much anything as it were. So Like, how tedious is this? How tedious is this listing? My God. Dude is taking photos from every conceivable angle. I do 2 at most. Like, this takes a lot of very unnecessary time. How many photos do you need of the back of a box? Like, 1 should suffice. This came out last year. This isn't like a figure from the 70s that you want to show that the box is in immaculate condition. You just got it. But anyways, that looks like it's our guy, Mech Strike Mechasaurs. They just out here making shit up to sell more figures. But that's got to be the same guy. He's got the mean mug. So I got the Mechasaurs without the tidbits. So he's gonna be probably just a standard $8. In the box, this one's selling for $9. So yeah, I'm not even gonna bother looking at sold listings. It's just gonna be $8. Just throw figure only in the description so people know that you're not getting the rest of whatever this did come with. Doubtful it sells. Doesn't really matter. Worst case scenario, I would just, over time, I go through and I look at my older listings, and if something's been sitting, I could just put it together, make a bundle with other action figures. If I have like 3 Hulks that are different, I can just throw them together and just kind of get them out the door. Wouldn't be at a loss even. You're considering I probably paid a quarter for this thing. Right. And then his trusty steed. Trying to get better at work on the camera on this stuff. Really, I just need better lighting. Alright, so John Deere stuff always sells. Huge collector's market on it. Huge nostalgia to it. This one's a little odd. It's bent. Like the bucket, if you look at it, I don't know if you'd even be able to see it necessarily. Kinda. It's kinda bent. Like somebody was playing with it. I get nervous trying to bend stuff back into shape because I could definitely bust it or make it worse. So it's an Ertl, which is a good name. John Deere Ertl. Thing is, they don't put years on their stuff, unfortunately. So you end up, I guess. A lot of toy companies put a scale on it, 1/64 or something. That's what I guess this would be. We'll go even. We're gonna guess it's 1/64. see what we got. It actually might be a little bigger. Those look small. That's close, I think. That one. Size-wise. That's nicer, clearly. It's the red handle part that's going to, like, give it away, I think. I figure out which one it is. I don't know what you'd even call that. Like, I don't know if this is supposed to be... Nah, because if you look at the scale, I was thinking, like, maybe it's, like, supposed to be a ride-on lawnmower attachment. But if you look at the scale, if you're fitting your leg in here, and it's that long, like, you know, your thigh would be this big. So it's like 3. I don't know. That's tough. It doesn't have the right look. Yeah, I mean, it's got like a grill. So the tractors, though. I can try punching in the code on the bottom. Sometimes people list using that. Would be just like a style, like I don't know. That changed the listing, but it didn't actually put the right one up, so. I'll copy that number and throw it into Google. So it's just like a random Erdl number, because that's not even... That's like a skid steer. Not a front end loader. I mean, it has a hitch. It's got like the warning light, warning thing on the back. So this is a tractor. You wouldn't put that on a lawnmower. So I'm thinking it's a 1/64th. And I'm correct on that. So we will call it. Try bucket and see if we get something a little better. I'm not a farm equipment guy, so I don't know if you'd actually refer to that as the bucket or a scoop or what. It is die cast. It's like plastic and die cast. The body itself is die cast. Scoop is die cast. This part is plastic. Oh, there we go. That's the one. John Deere 1/64th. Okay, front end loader, bucket loader. Wasn't wrong. All right. All right. Found that. Just gotta be careful, like, I'm copying a listing and it says vintage, which you can just say that, but it's not necessarily true. There's no date on it. And by feel, I think vintage with toys is really like 25 years. And there's no chance that it's 25 years old, I don't think. Unless it was exceptionally well taken care of. So I'm just going to delete anything that isn't absolutely verifiably true from the listing. let's see what we can get for this thing. Alright, so front end loaders. So there it is. So that's that's like 16. Oh, it's 14. That's 20. That one's 850. So these are all over the place. So go to probably gonna do 8 on it, just does. Might as well. Unless they're selling for dramatically more at all times. That's close. It's also obviously broken and sold for 8 for parts. This is very similar. Hey, look, it's my listing. That's why I do the background. You can see my listing quickly. And that's in fact the one that we mailed out yesterday. That's the tape measure I can't find because my kids took it. But, yeah. So I'm just going to do 8 on it. Just because I undercut everybody. Gets it out the door. These things always sell. It's fairly light. Alright. All this extra listing I've been doing because I'm streaming, I'm going to have to actually start putting stuff away. That's a Spidey. It's a decent quality Spidey. And it has a web that comes with it that hooks to the wrist. Kind of nice. Kind of like a weird design. He's very skinny. Also, check this out. Sunkissed watermelon lemonade. I love the cherry limeade. You can get that in the 12 pack as well. I figured I'd give this a spin. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's good because I bought a whole 12 pack of it, so. Alright. We got Spider-Man with a web. Very thin feet. That's a 2018. See if I can find him easily, just listing that he has a web. Most stuff doesn't come with like a actual web that attaches or whatever. Yeah, nothing came up, so we're have to go here and see. You can track down the right one. So this one has a web, but it's not the same web, and it seems a bit thicker and better quality. 112. How big would that be? 12 times bigger than this. I guess, yeah. I guess all action figures would be 112. Like, realistically. Spider-Man's 6 feet tall or close to it. But not that one, unfortunately. So that one sold for $30. We gotta get the sold listings off and try to narrow this down. Coloring's wrong on this one, but I think the backpack web string. This guy's like abnormally thin. That's the thing. And his right hand's his webbing hand, which seems to go back and forth. Obviously, he could web with either hand. I actually have this Mysterio over here. It's really nice quality. I've not sold it yet, oddly enough. I think I have it listed for quite a bit. I think it's a Marvel Legend. It's a bit nicer than the Legends tend to go for upwards of $20. See if I can get a code or something off of it. It's Hasbro. Getting superheroes. This one doesn't look right. This one's just very skinny. It's odd. Oh, is this it? Is he supposed to be wearing a shirt? No, this is the yeah, Scarlet Spider. Okay. But the web is the same. So you have to assume it's from Across the Spider-Verse then. Like that, the web is identical. It even has like, well, you can't really see on that. Like the loop here is on the figure is the same. It's kind of like off screen. So we're gonna say Across the Spider-Verse then. Try that out. That looks correct. That guy is skinny. I should probably move this, actually, because the listings are all on the left. And then I never have to scroll to be like, hey, look. So this dude looks correct. I think this has got to be it. Same hand, same like weird bandiness to him. So yeah, but I got the web, and that's going to come into pricing when we get to that. Because accessories always bump value because they're the first thing to get lost. But what I'd really like to do is find one in the box to make sure it actually comes with this web, and that somebody didn't just have this one and take the web off of it. It would be odd that you sold one Spider-Man with a web and one without. Oh, here we go. Perfect. So this is complete. That's the web. Across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man. What we want. If you notice, I have a really old phone. It's a really old phone. It barely works, but I like physical keyboards. That's a terrible picture. I have to retake that. I'll have to back them up a bit. Just drop that. It just kind of looks stupid when it's coming at you like that. That's a better picture. Alright, so we got that guy with web. Alright, so I'll get down to pricing here. Not a ton of them on sale. What it looks like. We're getting into comics. That looks like a significantly better quality figure from the same set. Got tons of accessories. That's quite odd that they'd have like different figures within that set. This guy looks nicer too, honestly. I haven't seen whatever show this is. This is all kind of weird to me. We know it's from this. The Spot? What the fuck? So in the box, 18. The different character. Like, that's mad expensive, but that's Marvel Legends, which is not the same thing. Again in the box. 12 free shipping. Spider-Punk. $12, $14. I think this was a cartoon, actually. I think I tried to watch it and the kids weren't having it. I'm just going to do 10. Because I got the whole thing. It's just not in the box. And we'll see if it goes. Alright. No idea what's in this bag. Ah! We were talking about this yesterday. Placing the monster machines. And I think I was out of Darringtons, and I got another Darrington. I knew I'd bought one recently. This is the most popular figure out of Blaze of the Monster Machines. I don't know why. I'm suspecting when these were for sale, Blaze and Crusher were the most popular. They're worth the least. And it's like maybe some side character. And now that the toy's been out of print for 10 years, this is the one that goes. So I typically have a listing running on these, but I think I've sold all my Darringtons. Yeah, nothing coming up in my active listings. If I sold one recently, I could just relist. I cannot. I have to make a whole new listing for Darrington, but this one sells for the most. I think I usually get $11 for them. Guy. If I start doing this more often, I'll definitely have to figure out a way to display stuff while I'm listing. There he is. I have not watched a second of this show. I think you actually have to pay to watch it now. It's on one of those services that I don't have. I could probably copy an old listing of mine if it's still up. Now somebody else's is up. So that means I sold out 3 months ago at least and have not run into another one since to list. So I'll see what the going rate is on these. So Blaze the Monster Range, Darrington. What do we got? Yeah, see, these are good. For die cast, this is very good money. It's like 18, 16, 18, 14, 17, 15, 11. So I want to get this out the door, so 11's probably going to be my number, or maybe even 10. So that's 11. This person is stupid. They sold something for $4.75 with free shipping, which means they made negative $1 on it for no reason. So you can see they have 39 reviews. They're probably new to this. They think that selling stuff at a loss is going to help them out in the long run, which, I mean, selling it at a profit would help you out in the long run as well. So I don't quite understand that. And 11. That one's different somehow, is it? Yeah, it has colored windows. That's odd. Fisher Price. Okay, it's a different thing entirely. We'll just do 10. It'll quite frankly probably be gone by the end of the weekend. And again, like talking about the concept of not buying low, selling high, but buying low, selling low. Is if I want to hang on to it, I can. And I'll make more money down the road, but I can sell it now and buy more stuff now that I can sell now, and you actually end up making more money doing it this way. Flipping stuff. I do have stuff in my inventory that I have intentionally priced to not be sold today. I usually do that with boxed items. I have a shitload of Halo stuff that I bought at a yard sale 2 years ago, where I went to the yard sale and I told the guy, like, whatever's left over, I will buy tonight, cash. What's your price? And I think the price was $400. And I have long since made that money back. And I still have a lot of stuff. It ended up being I purchased everything at his yard sale for like $480, and I priced it out around $1,600. And I just sold Rock Band 2 out of that and got 100 for it. And I still have like 2 entire totes of sealed Halo action figures that I have listed for like 20, 30, $50. And I just priced them at triple what I paid. And they're going to sell someday. Halo's never not going to be popular. You know, they're still making the show, I believe. Not that it was actually worth watching, I didn't think. The game obviously has been popular. They will make more of them. It will persist, and they will gain in value. And I have some AEW wrestling action figures. And those were a little dicey, because, like, some of the guys that I got, like, their careers aren't doing great, but you never know. And some guys are kind of on their way out, so, like, you know, with the way media persists, a guy like the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, I can see in 20 years people are still watching those matches and might want the figures. And, you know, I don't think anybody looks at them currently because my pricing is intentionally too high, but at some point I will get what I want for them. All right, this is an interesting one. I grabbed... Actually, this was in the big bin as well. Him and this guy were the reason I bought the big bin. I'm not going to move the camera so you can see the guy, but he's a Bakugan Dragon that I listed last night for like $17. But this is a Pokemon, obviously. I think that's Raichu. So, Jazzwares is a great company for this kind of stuff. And when you look at... So we talk about supply and demand. What we're also talking about with supply is every year. So, like, you know, you got... Let's just pick a number and say there's 100 of these in circulation, which is not... I'm sure not the case. So, let's say there's 100 of them boxed. Every year, somebody unboxes some. So maybe there's 90 in a box next year and 10 loose. Somebody plays with them. Somebody breaks them. And the reason I thought this guy might be worth good money is he has these curly things on his ear. And the tail is very, very fragile. So I got one with 3 breakable items still intact. The ear, you can actually see, has a stress mark on this one where it did get bent at some point, but it's still on there. So that supply of intact ones goes down all the time. Like with G.I. Joes, you break a thumb. You know, all the old G.I. Joes tend to have broken thumbs. It's just a thing that happened to them, and you can't fix it. So it's like a war of attrition thing in a sense. So I'm just going to get my picture. And I think that's Raichu. I don't play Pokemon, but I think when you evolve Pikachu, that's like the next step. And Jazzwares is a great company as far as collectibles go. They make a lot of higher end nice stuff. Very desirable. Let's just figure out if he's Raichu before I try to list him. Is it Raichu? Okay, I see. Raichu. Jazzwares. All right, so there he is in a set. So that kind of sucks because I don't have the set. There's a larger set with him in it as well. And then there he is solo. Okay. So he's sold it in a number of ways. Battle figure is what they are called. And it says battle figure on the box, so we're going to go with that. And I'm liking the prices on the asking prices of these. That could be a good one. I kind of figured it was. I've sold Pokemon toys for like 30, 40 bucks sometimes, depending on what they are. It's another thing that will just persist forever. There will always be Pokemon. Alright, so let's see what we can get for him now. So in the box, 40 bucks. That's pretty nice. That's a 18. So these are kind of all over the place, actually. These other packs are going for less than the individual one. Well, that was just an outlier then. Okay, this guy paid under 27. Here's a loose one for 10. 14. 20. Huh. That's not the same one. Or it is the same one with broken ears. Oh no, that's a different one. Toby, and it's smaller. Alright, so I'm gonna go. The pricing was kind of all over the place. I'm gonna go 15. Because it's going to retain value. And I think it'll still sell pretty quick anyways. That's a good pickup out of that box. All right. Just what I'm probably gonna put stuff away tonight because I don't want to break it. Let's see, I don't know why that was in the bag. I have a die cast from 2010. I must have just been busy, too busy to do this. I just like scooped everything into my listing bag. All right, I got Paw Patrol die cast. Paw Patrol stuff I put in lots of 3. So I got a bag for those. I got this thing, and this has been in my bag, and I can't figure out what it is. It has codes, Meg, Just Play, which is a Disney thing. I'm guessing it goes to some, like, Nick Jr. show. But I don't actually know, and I've just kind of been hanging on to it, because I don't know. We'll do a little research again. Try to figure out Meg, Just Play. Alright. My Pocket Jungle. This looks like it would be part of something called My Pocket Jungle. For sure. So I'll try Pocket Jungle Boy. Aha! There we go. The heading is ultra rare, so we'll fucking see about that. All right, it looks like this is the carrying case they were sold in, maybe. So this is probably like a blind bag style toy. Chances are it's not going to be worth anything then. You can see a green version over. I don't know if that's even on the camera. No, it's off camera. Okay. We've got a green version off to the left. Let's look at what these things are called. Jungle in my pocket. We'll try that. In my pocket. So blind bags. But what is this holder thing? Oh, I'm still on sold listings. Okay, here we are. Mini play set. So I don't know if the cages are going to go anything individually. I don't know if they're color coded because this one's the panda. And then down here we got this yellow one over here. And I may have the guy that goes with this in this bag, or I threw him in like my assorted animal bag. I don't know. I'm not sure what to call this. Is it a cage? All right, so that's similar but not the same. So I'm guessing all of these came in their own like enclosure and they're all unique. So this must be the panda one. I just want to see if there's another example of the panda with this. We've got the panda holding bamboo. None of these have bamboo. I don't know, we'll have to go to Google. Well, the thing is are these selling? So there's a lot of pandas listed. We're going to use 27 pandas listed. What are our sold listings on pandas? 6 for exceptional money. Holy shit. 85 bucks. This panda enclosures like 20 something, 14. Ugh, if I had the, I don't recognize that panda. He might be in this bag. So I'm going to set this aside again and kind of just leave it on my desk so I don't forget it. I'm going to have to like circle back to that because that could be a banger. All right, we got more cars. Had one yesterday. We listed for like 17 bucks. So this dude is Octane Gain is the name on the vehicle. He does have a wonky wheel, which we're gonna test him out here. Yeah, homeboy drives crooked. That's not great. Let's see if I can squeeze that and get it a little better. not great. Let's see. Octane gain. We can find this guy. At least get his name. And that's the problem with car stuff, is there's so much of it, people just sell it and pick one and whatnot. Bobby Swift is his name. Cars. Bobby Swift. But this is a larger one. I'm guessing it's this one right down here. There's going to be different sizes of these. This is a larger die cast. So I think I'm seeing one that's 155. I'm guessing that's correct. They're all saying that. This may not have been made in a smaller version, because they're all saying 155. Trying to find the right listing. A lot of these, people put like clickbait shit into the listing. So I'll say like Lightning McQueen, and this is obviously not Lightning McQueen. And I don't want people to be able to turn around and say I was deceptive in my listing. I'm going to pick the one that has the hauler, and I'll just delete the part where it's a 2-pack and all that. He does have a little bit of paint damage as well. It's not super bad. Just played with. Probably not bad at all, actually. I'll still just say played with condition. That kind of covers you. If somebody's looking for something immaculate, this is not it. Alright, let's figure out a price now. There's not a ton of these out here. I don't know if it's desirable, though. I don't know what, if he showed up in a movie. Actually, what is this going to tell me? It just says Cars. I don't know if he was in the original Cars. It says 2019, so no. I'm guessing not. And when you see the things that list selling are like these buy two get three, etc., that means the collectible market on this is kind of crashed. It's not good because I have an awful lot of these fucking things at this point. I did stop buying them because I noticed I have literally a gallon of these. Which is an odd way to measure toys, but it is what it is. Alright, so May 1st, somebody bought this exact car. No, that's not the same one, is it? It's really hard to tell. It says 3-inch. It's not 3 inches tall. It's not 3 inches long. It's like 5 inches long. So you go by the eyes, and that's the correct eyes. Because all the models will have slightly different eyes. That's how you can tell them apart a lot of times. This one's 8. And they're going. This is another 8. I'm just going to do 8. I don't mind that. I think he's going to be 3. Oh, he's 4. Okay. All right. And I'm going to go grab another drink. I'll be right back. Great. More cars. I got a small Lightning McQueen. He's not going to sell by himself. So I'm going to put him in another bag. I got a Hot Wheels van. Throw that in with my die casts. So this is Iron Man without a helmet. So there's the series Imaginext, which are these guys. And they make literally everything. But prior to that, it had a different name, like Great Adventures or something like that. So this is the precursor to those figures. And they tend to go for quite a bit more. I just forget what they're called. They're not Imaginext. See if we can find this exact one. Okay, not the exact one. Different color scheme. So this is the one in Hulkbuster. My guy is silver. forgetting what they're called, though. Let me try Play School Iron Man 2014. Hero Adventures. There we go. Not Great Adventures was the Fisher-Price thing from the 90s. Hero Adventures. Iron Man. Try 2014. See if we can get the right one. It's weird that mine is silver. It's not painted or anything. It's not, nobody took a marker to it. This dude's got a squad of 5, and none of them are the same one as I have. You wouldn't think there'd be that many variants in the same year. So I'm guessing this one goes to a vehicle that people didn't necessarily purchase. Like, this one's very different. Not necessarily going to translate to it being worth anything. So we'll go to sold listings. I might have to bundle them with something. I'm not sure. These typically sell for like $8 individually. Like this one, they got 16, which is basically the same thing, right? Superhero Adventures, Iron Man. Yeah, a lot of variants. And I'm not seeing mine. That's really odd. This guy's got 6 and mine's not here. This is still the gold version. And it's not something where you can like rip limbs off and make your own. It wouldn't work. Because they're hinged. You break it. That's pretty cool. It's an even older one. I'm probably just going to do 8 for this one. I don't see anything indicating it's rare. Like, and try removing the year and putting silver and see if anything different pops up. I can also try looking for Tony Stark. Aha! All I got's the one figure. Might just be a matter of searching for it's a little odd, but that's cool. The Silver Surfer figure is actually pretty cool. That goes for good money. I wish I knew what it comes from, but I don't want to invest too much time into this. It's likely not going to be worth that much. But you can see down the road where you look at like Darrington, where he goes for more than the actual stars of the show. This Hawkeye goes for quite a bit of money. And I'm sure he was in the first run, but nobody likes Hawkeye. So a decade later, people are trying to finish their collection, and there's a very limited amount of Hawkeyes out there because nobody bought them. Hawkeye is selling for as much as this whole lot. Captain America goes for $7. Yeah, I'm gonna do them individually, and I'm gonna do $10. He does have a little bit of damage. It actually looks like a cat bit him at some point. So I'm just going to put played with and not mention the cat part. Wasn't my cat. And he is, I'm not going to say rare, but we're not seeing much of him. So he might go pretty quick at $10. I think I got him out of an individual bag, but he's not why I bought it. So the other one listed in a different color says no helmet. But the one with the gold bands is with the Hulkbuster armor. So that's, unless we're calling an entire mech a helmet, which we probably shouldn't be, that doesn't make a ton of sense. I think they don't know what it came with, and they're just saying this doesn't have a helmet. So we're just going to delete that part. Played with condition, with some dings, is what I will call it. $10, free shipping. So I had a Thor one that I sold pretty quick, and a Doctor Doom one I sold pretty quick. So another die cast. This is some kind of off-brand. Oh, it's a very old Matchbox. I guess not very old, 1993. Throw that in my die cast bag. Die cast, I do 5 for $9. They're really not big sellers. That's a Marshall Paw Patrol. We'll do him with a lot. Yeah, I must have just scooped everything off my desk one day. And... Alright, so we got Steve from Minecraft figure. I had those plastic ones. What the fuck did I do with those? I think we're just going to do this. Put them in the video game bag. And I think we'll just do a Minecraft lot. $3. And that should go pretty quick as well. So these ones are from Mattel. Minecraft minifigures. This one doesn't have a branding. It's actually like good quality. Pricing is going to be tough. Probably just going to do $8 on it. That's what I usually do with lots of 3. Before I list it, I'm just going to Google Lens that Steve just to make sure I'm not giving something away. All right. It appears the sword detaches. That's interesting. Oh yeah, you can switch hands on it. That's pretty cool. It has like grooves on it. You're not gonna be able to see that. Probably not. Yeah. It has grooves on it so you can put in either hand. Trying to find. This says Mattel as well. So when you use Google Lens, it'll just throw listings up. It doesn't really put them in any kind of order. So I'm seeing $20 on this. So just in case, I'm going to make sure I am not giving something away. It's an 8.5 inch. That ain't it. That's not the same guy. That guy has like arrows and shit. It's going to be hard to tell if it's the same dude because he has like a design to him. This looks the same, but he's always gonna, I don't know. See if I can find, okay. So this looks right. That's the correct sword. It comes with some stuff. It's 18. This guy looks like he's selling for 8 by himself, so I might just do more money on the lot. Just rope people in. So you get a little extra. You'll get these 2 other guys. He's got a sword, which is cool. Well, these don't have anything. It's like a good little set for $23. As you can see, this stuff still sells really well. $514 Minecraft items sold in 3 months. Pretty good. Alright, so figure sells for 8 without a weapon. So I'm going to list this thing for 12. basically get the other two figures for an extra buck. And I think that's more than reasonable. And the way Minecraft stuff sells, you can see this going pretty quick. That was a bad little batch. All right, got another Hot Wheels. My bag. Got the top of a guitar my kid broke on accident. Got a Wowie paper, James. Grabbed two of those. One of them I didn't notice until I got home that somebody took a Sharpie to the whole front of it. It kind of just looked like a bad design. And then I was like, ah, shit, no, this is actually like somebody drew on it. So I gave it to my kid, and he, for whatever reason, sat on it and broke it. It still works. And I did get one out of the two that I bought. They sell fairly well. They haven't been made in quite a while. We got a Paw Patrol guy. I just threw two other Paw Patrols in, so I'm going to do a lot of these. This will sell right away. I sell Paw Patrol stuff almost daily at this point. Super popular show. These die casts are probably worth a decent amount even individually. It's going to do a lot. Oh my god. Everybody just stay put, okay. So we got Marshall, Zuma, and Chase. I think Chase might be for Mighty Pups. But I just do these mixed lots because they move. People are looking for just a couple of toys to give their kid. This is a good option. Get a little bit of everything. It'll be a good value. So I'll do Mighty Pups die cast. And then I just go in and describe what it is so nobody can get mad about it, which the one bad review I have is somebody didn't read the description and got mad about it anyways. Let's see, so Zuma is a static figure. So I will put no articulation. And then Chase, Mighty Pups, diecast. Kabar. Willing to bet this is nothing too spectacular here. So I'm just going to put it $9. Most of my Paw Patrol stuff, I do that and it goes good. I don't think it's going to be too heavy. I'm guessing probably 6. On it. Cooperate. 6. And I just bag them. That way they don't get mixed up. I know if I'm looking for a lot, I'm looking for a bag in with my stuff. I kind of keep the bags in individual separate. Yeah, this kind of cuts down on my time processing orders. I have no clue what that is. Not a single idea. I think I just threw it in the bag because I had no clue what it was. So Google Lens it. Actually, I think it might be Paw Patrol as well. I think it comes from a set. I think I already did this. It's from a play set for like a particular episode. Paw Patrol Jungle Rescue. Purple Panther. All right, so this is a Fisher Price Great Adventures Pirate, 1994. Something vintage. Usually, so there's pirates, there's knights. They all sell really well. Not so much individually. I think I probably need another one. I might bundle it with pirates. If I have any up here. Oops. I feel like I have some kind of pirate figures, perhaps. I may have already sold it. Let's look real quick and see if I can move this by itself. Alright, Great Adventures Pirates. Oh, there's the captain. And his buddies. Yeah, I bet I can move the captain for 8. I think that's reasonable. I don't think I have any of these left. I could dig out a different lot and put them together. I could check too. Let's see. Nope, I have a bull from a different set. So I must have sold all the other ones I had. He's the captain. You figure he should fetch a premium, right? This is the same guy with different color schemes. Pretty cool set, and this is Imaginext. It's what it was called before. It was Great Adventures. I think so. Like Fisher Price, Hasbro is all the same people at this point. Play School, I think they've all merged over time. This is a thing where if you have the play sets, you're doing good. Those things go for 30-40 bucks, even like the little ones. That's definitely a nostalgia buy. Somebody had this when, how old are you in 94? I mean, I could have played with this if I had it. I would have been 12. I guess I was a little old for this. Somebody, that's 35, they have a kid that's, you could easily, at 35 years old, have a kid that's 5 or 6. And you go pick up the same set you had. How cool is that? $8 for that guy, that shouldn't be a problem. Let's see. Another die cast. Oh, this one's fucking broken. Oh no. So this is like snot or something, or but he's supposed to have a big block engine here. It's gone. So I'm not even gonna bother listing him. He's actually just gonna go in the garbage. That sucks. I've sold a few of those. That's a Beyblade piece. I'm gonna have to start a Beyblade piece bag. I do run into those now that I know what I'm doing with that. Got 2008 Hot Wheels dragster thing. Got plane. This is a Matchbox plane, and this is a good example of when I do Matchbox and Hot Wheels. I'll do like 4 kind of generic toys, and then this will be like the flagship thing. So if you really like these, you'd be willing to pay a little more, and you get 4 cars. I usually just wait until my Hot Wheels bag is full, and then I do them. Alright, so we got Pods Good to Grow. Fluttershy. So I've sold these before. So I don't know what this is. I think it's like the top of a juice or something. Like, I really don't understand what it goes to. I just know I come across them occasionally, and people do collect them. They're not robust sellers. But anything My Little Pony is going to have a following. Okay, so they're meant to be collected after you use them. They have a hole on the back here, and you can hook it to stuff if you want. Called a backpack dangler in this ad. But I still don't know what they actually go to. They stack up. I don't know if anybody knows what they go to. Let's get some pricing here. And usually I do 8 on these. Like some of them do whatever the hell is this? Ladybug? Miraculous? I don't know what series that is. So there's another one of mine that I sold. You can tell by the background. I got 9 for that not too long ago. But it sat for a while, so I'm probably just going to do 8 to sell it quick. Get it out of here. Like the shark is 15. Pretty robust collectible market here, actually, looking at it. Good to grow pods. So, for whatever reason, Fluttershy isn't coming up. I don't know if it's very rare. That'd be odd, certainly. Oh, Fluttershy's right here. I'll try getting rid of Good to Grow. I don't know why this one in particular would not be popular. Yeah, they are out there. So I think maybe people are selling them for too much. This one isn't really that much. 15 or 16, 10, 9. There's not a lot of them out there. So I'm just going to do 8, and that should be fine. Got no problem with that. If I sell something for 8, I make $3, basically. Which doesn't sound like a lot, except I have hundreds of items for sale, and I can make $3 each. Average day, I sell 4 items. It takes me maybe 5 minutes to package 4 items that are just thrown in an envelope, thrown in the bin. And if you do this, you can actually have the post office come to your house. It's really the only reason I do this. I wasn't aware that was an option, but you could just basically summon the post office and say, come get a package, and tell them where it is. And I put a package box out for them. I try not to make them come every day unless I have like a decent amount of stuff going out. Right, we got whatever that is. I do not recognize this creature. So I'll use Google Lens here and figure out who this is. Might be Daniel Tiger. Sergeant Murphy. I have no idea what that is. Let's see. Okay. Richard Scary Busy Town. Okay, that's definitely him. $40. That's a different one, though. I think that's the exact same figure. So I've never heard of this, so then it comes into the whole, is anybody looking for this? This book series has been around for a while because it's a 1976 figure, but it's only being sold for $10. And is anybody buying it is the next part of this. You can ask whatever you'd like. So, of all those items, you got a book, plushie, another plushie, a car, figure for $8. This kind of sucks because, like, chances are I'm never going to find the rest of this. Like, to do a lot of these. And nothing else is really going to make any sense. Like, I can't bundle this with anything. It just looks like some dude wrote a book series like Curious George. I wonder how old these are. $2011? This must have had some kind of resurgence then. The thing is, like, I mean, I'm just going to list it for $8 because there's really nothing else I can do. I'm never going to run into the other ones in this. I don't know if anybody's going to want it. But if somebody does, I undercut everybody. It's in decent shape. It's not a vintage one. Now, this might have been like an example of streaming bringing something back where maybe the show is from the 70s and then somebody bought the rights to it, put it on a streaming service. It got a bit of traction and then they made like a limited run of toys just to kind of capitalize on it. So it could be like, this is probably like a low supply, low demand kind of situation. So if I price everybody out, I have the best chance of moving this. And you can do that if you're smart with sourcing and you don't overspend. I had bags in my hand today that were $5, but realistically there was only 3 things in them I could sell. So now I'm not getting them for a quarter, I'm getting them for $1 and change. I have to sell them at a reasonable profit at that point, or it's really not worth doing. So rather than waste time to, have more listings, but I already have 800 plus, I just put it back. So I got, what is this? A hearse. So that's like a flagship thing. I could put that with some other Matchboxes and somebody will buy it just for the hearse. Edgy. I have no idea what this is. I'm probably going to throw it away because it's creepy looking. Some kind of like bobblehead thing. I'm guessing it's like a Wowie. Bubble Trouble is what it's called. Bubble Trouble Fairies. So, oddly enough, while the toy reselling market is robust, for like collectible stuff, for, you know, vintage stuff, for just general toys. Girls' toys do not sell well. Dolls don't sell well. Like, My Little Pony does, but they're not dolls. Like, you know, Barbies, when you think about like high supply, high demand for the amount of Barbies out there, they don't actually sell well. So I'm kind of wondering if these are even worth listing, because I have a lot of things like this that don't go anywhere at any price. So I might just hurl it in the garbage. Bubble Trouble doll. Oh, okay, so this is Bratz. Like an offshoot of that, I'm guessing. It might be MGA makes just a lot of shit. Shitty toys. So this is Moose, which they make other shitty toys. Mini Bubble Trouble. So in the package, and they're gonna do something. Moose, this is their shtick, is they sell toys that are almost single use. So what does this thing do? You have... So is this the same one? Almost. I think I have like strawberry. And this is watermelon, or like ice cream. So their gig is going to be that this is in some way not reusable. Pop open. Bubblegum surprises. So I bet... Like, what is this? So all the gumballs have like a little knick-knack in them. And then they come out the machine, and then you don't really get to play with it ever again. And it's gone. And that's Moose. That's what they do. It's like single-use toys. So their resale value is abysmal. Because you're left with like a trinket of the thing that was actually pretty expensive. So Bubble Trouble. So the dispenser and shit here. This looks like a bigger one. Yeah, so these don't actually sell at all. They only had 12 in the last 3 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are Bratz. They don't even count. So it's really like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the last 3 months, and half of them are still in the box. So that is going to go in the garbage. I ain't even going to waste time listing it. It'll never move. Alright, got another Hot Wheels. Unremarkable. I don't even think that was die-cast, actually. So I got another Paw Patrol. Alright, I got one of these guys. So this is it's like a game you play where you make them attack each other, and they spin and swing a weapon, and then you could like break them in half, and that's how you know you lost. This one's on a suction cup, which is unusual. Decent resell market on them. Not great, but I have sold them. This one with the suction cup's odd. I wonder if it's a precursor to when they're on the rotating pedestal things. Aikido Warriors is the brand. We'll see if we can find this one. So usually they're on these like bases. Now this one having a suction cup is a little odd. So it makes me think it's older. That doesn't necessarily mean desirable. It might be that the method you played with it in does not exist any longer. And I don't know how hot this really is. They still sell them. My kid got a Ninja Turtles one that he loves. And to me, that looks like Medusa. So we'll just try it. Is there a Medusa? Miss Slither. It's the same thing, kinda. But it doesn't have the suction cup. See if they had incarnations of Miss Slither. I only had 2 results from the picture on Google Lens. I'll see if I can get a name out of it. Power Storm is like the set name. This is saying, oh, Warrior Series. Oh, this is another Moose Toys thing. Alright. Let's see. Alright, Power Storm. Trying to figure out what this thing's name is. So here it is in a lot. Arcade Warriors Power Storm. That must be the game then? Yeah. Power Storm. What's this fucker called? Here it is. Will it tell me what it is? Oh, it's a trading dummy. Exclusive trading piece, so it doesn't have a name. That's why it has a suction cup. You can stick it to the table and use the thing to beat the shit out of it. Yeah, so it's probably not going to really carry a lot of value. Let's see. Call it trading piece. And the problem is anybody looking for it? Because it's really the set with the trading piece. There's a set. Yeah, this is going to be a really hard sell solo. I'm going to throw it in a bowl, and if I run into more of those, I will throw it in to sweeten the deal. Alright, got another Paw Patrol. Always moving those. I have yet another Paw Patrol. I try to do 3 different characters if I'm doing that, so. Got a Hot Wheels. Alright. So throw those Paw Patrols. If I get another one, I can do another lot. So this. The Thomas the Train stuff sells well, but there's a lot of different incarnations. This is not motorized. Fernando 2012 Mattel. It doesn't look right. It looks like something's wrong with it. Like the wheels are fucked up. So we're going to put in 2012 Thomas the Train Fernando and see what we get. There's going to be a lot of variants. Oh, okay, first one. Only one, in fact. Did they get rid of Fernando as a guy? Take and play. It kind of doesn't bode well for the fact that nobody has this. Oh, God, because his name is Ferdinand. I am stupid. And so is the person that listed this. There we go. Okay, so anyways. So you got, from 2012, this set has a different connector and larger wheels. Then we got this, which is that the same? Okay, that's the same one I have. All right, so this looks right, because this guy's got, okay, it came with a tender that I don't have. And then this is the first one. And they go on different tracks, different size tracks. So it does matter to collectors which one you got, obviously, because they might only collect certain ones. So this is out here. Obviously missing the tender is a problem. So I'm probably going to end up doing $8 on it. So here he is solo for 12. Tender's 15. Tender 20. Oh, that's a different one. It's a different wheel configuration. 14, 15 with tender. 15 with tender. And not super desirable. I mean, there are some. So I'm just going to do 10. 10 seems fair. There's a little bit of damage to them. Little chips on the roof and whatnot. I have way more Thomas the Train stuff than I should at this point. I bought... It's a thing that when people offload it at the thrift shop, they get rid of all of it, and it's something that they collected or their kid had. So you end up getting... When you find it, you find a lot of it. So I end up with a lot of it. It doesn't move super quick. It's pretty competitive pricing wise. Every once in a while I have to adjust stuff, and I have large lots of it as well, like $30 and $40 lots of all the cars from a particular set. So once it moves, I'll do well on it, and I'm buying it low. I have turned down stuff in the past that the price was like starting to creep up, and I think about it like, I got too much of this right now. All right, so this particular one is the Take Along. I don't believe I got the tender. I probably would have listed it immediately if I had it, just so I didn't separate them. I can always edit it if I do and just add tender on it and take a new picture. And played with condition because the paint is chipped. $10 isn't a bad price. You can, some of these you get $30 for, the motorized ones if they're still working. Go for a good price. The track is always good to pick up because you usually get it for very cheap. Some of the play sets I've sold for like $100 if you have all the pieces, or even close to all the pieces. Huge nostalgia factor with trades. Okay. We'll do one more before we call it a night. We got here. So, Matchbox helicopter. Something shoot on the propeller, so that's probably not going to go well. Shoot on the whole thing, actually. I'm actually going to throw that away. This, oh, okay. A slight figure of somebody brushing a horse. That's weird. I wonder if I have the horse. This could be bagging. If this is some kind of... So it must have been that somebody dropped off the horses, and this was with it, and then they sorted it and moved it to like a figures bag that I grabbed, not knowing that this actually goes with a horse. So let's see if I can find the correct horse. Horse Club. That's interesting. The brush is removable, and most of them don't have it anymore. But if I can figure out what horse... Stable Girl. So this be it with no brush. Oh, these are sold listings. I can match it with the right horse, provided it came with a horse. Like, you just do the Nazi salute if you don't have the brush. This is, for a German company, you gotta be real fucking careful with this. That brush should not have been removable. You gotta watch your back. Alright, so this is a house. And these play sets, ludicrous money. I have sold a few of these. I sold pieces to them for good money. I sold a stable for $80. And it was at Goodwill, and they didn't know what it was. It was still in the box, and for whatever reason, they put it in with the puzzles for $2. So that was probably one of the best ROIs I've ever had. $2 for 80. Hannah's Guest Horses. She ain't in this set, so okay, that was not helpful. If this is indeed Hannah, I know it's 2013, but it doesn't. I gotta find a set or a horse. She ain't there. Did I put the date? Did not. Maybe I'll try Schleich Horse Groomer and see if I can find a pairing. This is a different one, but it's the same. Is that a kid version? It's like the... I don't know if it's just painted different. No, this one has like a ponytail on the front, and this one does not. So they've used this pose before. Like, I found this one. Wonderful. So there's got to be a set with the right... This is a different set with the same groomer. Is it ignoring the 2013 part I put in? Where's the girl with the green shirt? Oh, I think this is it. Motherfucker. I sold the fence to this already. And I have this fucking horse too. I had the whole set. Oh no. Oh, for fuck's sake. That... I didn't have the cooler, I don't think. But I definitely sold this fencing with some other fencing. And that's gone. And I got this horse. I know I have this horse. I'm grabbing my Schleich box. Finding that horse. I think I sold the horse too. I remember typing that Andalusian horse thing. I know. This sucks. If I knew I had the whole thing. I mean, and it's selling for... This person's asking 30. And I think I sold the fencing for like 15. We're going to see if I still have this horse. I can check my listings. Because it might be over this pile of stuff I got to put away. Andalusian is not coming up in my active listings. I may have spelled it wrong. That's entirely possible. Alright. I just gotta look at my horse bin. It's not filed, put away yet. But I did a whole bunch of horses. It looks so familiar. And I feel like... I sold it already. I just remember the dark mane. Is that the same one? It looks damn close. What that does is just bumps the value of both things if I actually have the correct one. So I am missing the cooler. And she's got a blue brush and a black brush. And this is definitely the same horse. The legs are in the same position. And the tail is very distinctive. So I have the horse. So I gotta figure out. So we're gonna list them together. And it's from a numbered set. So I'm just gonna change my listing when I find it and add her into it. And that just adds a bit to the price. I don't know how much. I've not decided. That's so cool. I found it. That's really the fun of this to me is like finding out what you have. My kids like that too when they're here. They like going through and finding like the listing online, pointing it out to me. All right. I'm just going to go to my listings. We'll see. Because I listed it recently, because it's right next to me. going to be in order from when I listed it. So we got, let's see. See, and this is how desirable this kind of shit is. I listed this an hour ago, and I have 4 views on it. A little over an hour ago. So that's going to be gone. Probably by the end of the weekend. Alright, so let us find the horse. Alright, so there it is. 2014. That's odd. Why is the figure 2013 and the horse of 2014? It's definitely the same ones as the picture. So I don't know. So I spelled whatever the kind of horse is. I guess I spelled it wrong. Alright, so now that I can find it, I can edit the listing. And change the picture. So 8 views, 1 watcher. So we're going to revise this. I'm going to figure out what we're doing here. We'll find that set again. I'm sad about the fence, and you get the lot number and everything. 42270. Yeah, it's out there. It's going for $30 on average. There's a sold one going to the UK. That doesn't really help. So I just got to change the name, change the picture, and bump it up a few bucks. So I spelled it wrong, I think. Andalusian. And I'll throw that lot number in there just for the hell of it. Now I got to reprice it. 30 with the fence and it's complete. Nobody bought it. See what Schleich groomers or carers. Groomer. See what they actually sell for individually. And not a huge demand for them, unless groomer is not the right word. I don't know anything about horses. Tender? No. Carer? Thought I saw in another listing. Horse carer is the name of a person that cares for horses. And these sell, well, that's 2002. So 13, this is the same one except a different color shirt for 10. This is the exact one for 10 without a brush. I'm just going to do $20 and I will accept offers up to 15. So I just bumped the value of this horse by double. And if I add the damn fence, but I already sold it. Change it to Carer, because that's what it's called, apparently. What a dumb name. Oh, I'm a horse carer. Sounds like something a toddler would say. Does not sound correct. There we go. So I changed it, and I had people looking at the listing and one person watching it. So I don't know how they're going to feel about me doubling the price, but adding that thing in there. But I think it's pretty cool. That's like the higher end figures. Like, you know, lots of detail on it. I don't know if the camera's going to pick much up, but like, try to move it around a bit. Too close. Like, you know, you can see the braid, the hair tie, like a normal, like, facial expression. There's multiple hair ties in the hair. Like, you know, this is higher end stuff. Nice. And there we have it. So that's probably my last stream for a while, unless I can do some this weekend and the kids won't bug me too much while I'm doing it. But it's been fun doing this week. Not doing it tomorrow because the kids are coming home and I'm probably going to bag out of work early. So it's Friday. But I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll catch you next time.